What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And a comment that I've been seeing a lot lately on my Twitch and on my YouTube videos is that Nintendo and I don't really get along, and a lot of people have different guesses as to what that reason is. But it is true, I do have somewhat of a beef with Nintendo, and I want to explain to you why. But beforehand, I want to explain to you the reasons that are not why I have a beef with Nintendo. A lot of you make some guesses, and I want to tell you where you're wrong. Some people guess that I just simply don't like Nintendo, but nothing could be further from the truth. I've been a fan of Nintendo ever since I owned my very first Nintendo Entertainment System, I believe back in 1984 or 85. A lot of the friends that I had during my teens, I had because we all played Nintendo. We'd share the games, we would buy, trade, and sell, we would enjoy the experience together, we would get together and play in the same room, we would play multiplayer, and it was a phenomenal experience. And that love affair exists even today. Some people incorrectly guess that I don't support Nintendo financially in my real life, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I have an almost complete Wii U library, and I'm one of the first early adopters for the system because I thought it was fantastic. I made videos about it when it first launched. I've encouraged people to buy it. I own a 3DS with an exhaustive library of games, and this is one of my most used systems in our house. Also, if you take a look at my video library, you'll see that I have made quite a few videos about Nintendo over the years. So why did that stop? Well, at the end of 2013, Nintendo decided to pull one of the biggest mistakes we've ever seen in the gaming industry. These guys went up against YouTubers, flagging tons and tons of YouTube content that used Nintendo or Nintendo licenses, had Nintendo gameplay, and had them flagged and removed from YouTube. For a long-time YouTuber like me, that's hard to forget. Hell, they say an elephant never forgets, right? It actually put me into a position where I was actually afraid to talk about Nintendo, to use their keywords, to talk about Super Mario, to talk about all these games that I love, to stream them, to put gameplay on YouTube. In fact, I'm worried to even discuss them all together. Beyond that, I am also frustrated out of my mind with Nintendo for the last year. I love the support they've given the 3DS, and I love the machine. I hate the lack of support they've given to the Wii U, the inability to convince third-party companies to build for them, the way they don't really understand how online connectivity and DLC is supposed to work, how they don't really understand that we need a new version of a game, not a rehash of an old one, the way that they don't seem to understand that new media is important, YouTubers are important, gamers are important, streaming is important. This is the definition of gaming these days, and not only do they not understand it, they rebel against it. Most of the videos I wanted to make about Nintendo the last year were kind of negative, and because of that, I just felt like that would put me even higher on the list of potential copyright strikes, and I just don't want to risk my YouTube channel. But I do hear you guys, and I do want to cover Nintendo, so I've made the decision that from here on out, I'm going to do my best to cover them too. Even though I run the risk of copyright strikes, even though Nintendo has proven that they don't like streamers, they don't like YouTubers, they don't like me, I'm still going to cover them because I like you, and I still like Nintendo. At the very least, I'll promise I'll try to keep Nintendo from being the butt of my jokes from here on out. I cannot promise that everything I have to say about Nintendo will be good. They have made a lot of mistakes in the last couple of years, and I cannot say that I won't unleash the Francis Beast many, many more times on them, but I promise you, we will cover them. And one last thing, and I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but I just can't help myself. To those of you who incorrectly guessed that I'm not covering Nintendo because they didn't pay me off like Sony and Microsoft and I guess Steam or whoever runs PC gaming did, you couldn't be further from the truth. That is some of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard. And if you think I have that little integrity and that I'm that worthless, then you can kiss my big fat ass. Better pack a lunch. It's a whole day job.